Without art, the world would be a different place, and having artistically creative people can leave an impact on others. Here at the Red House, we have a very talented individual, John Mickel, who will be allowing us to follow him and be a part of this week's edition of In Your Shoes.
Hey, what's going on? I'm John Mickel, and welcome to my house.
Step into a place that's alive with creativity. At the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, our students have a passion for art, graphic design, music, dance, and theater. We're here to help you discover your artistic potential. From classic techniques to modern innovations, UW-Whitewater is an outstanding place to learn your craft and prepare for your career. So bring your talents and imagination. Come be part of the Warhawk family.
Here at UW-Whitewater Intramural Sports, we have a motto: a sport for everyone and everyone in a sport.
Come on! Stepped it anyways. Oh, she got that off. They're going to count it.
Had a blast. Always have fun at intramurals.
Every day we strive to go above and beyond that goal by providing healthy exercise, promoting leisure education, and giving students that competitive atmosphere they are looking for.
Yes! Yes!
It's exciting. Brings me back to those high school days with Friday Night Lights.
With our 25 different intramural sports offered, we guarantee that we have a sport for you. Go to our website and find your sport today.
UW-Whitewater Weatherhawks is a student-ran organization which promotes learning about weather and climate. If you love to watch storms and want to learn more about them, this is the club for you. Also build friendships by getting hands-on experience. Provide weather-related information to media outlets and promote activities throughout the Whitewater community. So join Weatherhawks today.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Hi, my name is John Mickel. I'm from Elgin, Illinois. I am a senior at UW-Whitewater studying electronic media, and I am an actor, composer, musician, performer, playwright, and stage designer. Yeah, I have all these paintings on my wall. They're my paintings, but they all have a very special place in my heart. They're all inspired by something that I've always felt was bigger than me, and so to just try and put it into like this little visual form is the least I can do for the inspiration that it's sort of given me. I have kinesthesia, and kinesthesia is I can see colors and patterns in music and in sounds, which is great as a music producer and a sound designer and an audio engineer, because I can see where the issues are in its tone just by like receiving the colors and information that I'm receiving. So this one in particular, I was listening to K-pop while I was doing it, and the piece itself turned out considerably more somber and more abstract and more like lossless than I sort of intended it to, and it's become sort of this focal point in my life. And when I look at this painting, there's this very specific feeling that comes with it, and I'm really proud of it. And it's also going to be the album art for my next Mickel project on MyKL, titled Bittersweet, which is hopefully going to come out by the end of the year. Yeah, this painting is really important to me, and I think it's a really good piece. Most of the music that I make is always is inspired by something. Like there's a certain sound or a certain artist that I'm pulling from that I really like. And in this case, I got these free sample packs on the internet. And there was this sample right here. And I was like, that's cold. And I knew that I could do something with it. And so I went with that. And then I made like the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, the bass drum pattern. And it's a really unorthodox bass drum pattern. And the song just kind of fell in from there. The lyrics are goofy. It's talking about eating snacks, like going on a road trip and hitting the gas, and just like it's fun and it's silly. And so we eventually just ended up calling it Jonah Hill, because who all embodies that more than Jonah Hill? I mean, super bad star, comedic genius. So yeah, this song came together really, really easily. This is the place where No Corpse started. And this is, I think, where it maybe is at its best. I think this is catchy, and it's quick, and it's fun, and it's easy.
Everyone has their own imagination, and as we can see, John here has an incredible imagination. John has been blessed with the gift of having kinesthesia, which has allowed him to make very interesting paintings and this catchy and unique tune. In Your Shoes will be right back right after this commercial break.
Warhawks know what it takes to become champions. At the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, our student athletes pursue excellence with a determination that inspires everyone on campus. Warhawks are smart. Warhawks are strong. Warhawks value service. We prepare our student athletes for life after college. The University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Come be part of the Warhawk family.
On. Flip them off. 91.7 WSUW. 91.7 is a student-run radio station serving the Whitewater area with a variety of original programs, live sports broadcasting, community events, and more. So turn us on. 91.7 FM. Or stream us live at 917theedge.com.
As an Army ROTC cadet at Whitewater, you have the opportunity to develop into a great leader while learning and applying the Army values to your everyday life. Within ROTC, you have the chance to travel overseas in the CULP program to train with other militaries, attend many elite Army schools such as Airborne and Combat Diver, and you have the opportunity to attend conferences and guest lectures by some of the Army's top-ranking officers. Our Warhawk cadets participate in many extracurricular activities, Division III sports, Greek life, intramural sports, among many other team building and community service events. Being a cadet at Whitewater is more than just being part of the Army. It's also about being active members in our community and coming together to form a family atmosphere. Anyone who wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves while developing themselves professionally should consider UW-Whitewater ROTC. To sign up for UW-Whitewater ROTC, go to the 4th floor of McCutcheon Hall to room 417.
It's like
That's
okay.
it's like
We're not into psychological realism yet.
That's true.
That entr'acte is
especially because
really
the rest of my
realistic.
sound design is not close to that.
Angel Street is a play written by Patrick Hamilton. It coined the term gaslight, which is the idea of tricking someone into believing something that is not true, like so fervently telling them this lie over and over and over again that they believe it's true even though it's not true. It inspired the movie, and the movie was a great success. It's a thriller play set in the 19th century. It's an amazing show. It deals with a lot of really heavy topics, especially for the time that it was written. It was written in the early 20th century. It's really dark. It's really heavy. There's a lot of things to do with like physical and the emotional and verbal abuse. And the score that I wanted to write, I wanted to showcase that darkness, and I wanted to showcase that discomfort. I want to play with a lot of interesting and distorted strings and sort of otherworldly vocals and sounds. And performances are May 1st through the 6th.
My name is Stephen Corcoran. I'm an actor in the UW Theater dance program, and I've worked with John in like 3 different shows, I want to say. We were cast members together in Strong Poison and Animal Farm together. He did sound design for, he made this rap song that we performed in Devin's Hurt. Now he's doing sound design for Angel Street, which is the current show that's coming up. Working with John's always a good time because he's like super passionate. You can tell when he's passionate about something like music, and he just goes off and starts rattling on stuff. It's always a good time.
College itself brings in a lot of work. It's quite impressive to be part of a theater program on top of taking your classes, which makes John quite a unique individual. Thanks, John, for sharing the behind the scenes of what it is like to be in your shoes.